Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Louis Vuitton Insolite wallet. I've had this wallet, I believe, to be about a year ago. You can actually go back on my channel and see the day. I believe I did it the exact day I got it. I did an unboxing video for this wallet, so you can go check that out. So I was completely new to Louis Vuitton, and when you watch that video, you can tell because I was saying everything wrong. I didn't know anything. I thought the whole thing was canvas. I didn't know there was leather. It's really quite funny, and it's really interesting to see, I guess, like how far I've gone in knowing about Louis Vuitton. So this was my first piece, which introduced me to the dangerously addictive brand, and so I'm just going to do a review video. So I've been using this consistently for about, I would really say like every single day, probably for 9 months. Like, I love this wallet. It is really big, so a lot of people might not need this much room, but I really wanted a wallet that gave me every option. Like, I just wanted to shove my stuff in here and not worry about anything. So I'm going to show you. Right now I do have it really stuffed full. And you can see kind of how I use it all. I don't really like having my banking card showing, but okay, so there are 12 card slots inside of it, and then there's also a zipper compartment which you can use for coins or bills. I don't actually use this too often, but once in a while I'll shove like receipts in there, or maybe bills that I don't want to spend. I'll kind of hide away in there. And then also, I really like to keep my coupons or my gift cards readily available in this nice flap that they give you. I just think out of sight, out of mind. I forget to use coupons, but here when I open my wallet, they're nice and visible, and I remember to use them. So I'm just going to take out some of my cards so I can show you guys the wear and tear on this wallet. Sorry, I'm not like the best at pausing and filming and what have you, so this is how it's gonna be done. Okay, so closing it. It's a pretty big wallet. I think it's like almost 9 inches across, but it gets pretty full and wide, and I do have coins in there. So the only visible wear at all after almost what is a year's use is right here, and I don't really want to like force it for you guys. But basically from this movement, you know, you can see that with time it will begin to split there. And it's like, it's not that visible, but I notice it is beginning. With the coins. Okay, so I'm going to take, so you can use this area for coins or whatever you want. I believe you can even fit a phone in here. I know you can fit an iPhone 6 like without the case. I don't know about a Plus. I have an Android, so I don't really know too much about iPhones. Oh, sorry. Okay, so inside you can see from the coins, it's not really damaged at all. I would say from the nickel from some of the coins, you can see that it's kind of getting darker here, but not bad. Like, I'm really thoroughly impressed actually with you know, I would like jam pack this full of coins, and to see that almost a year's use hasn't really shown any wear is really remarkable in my opinion. Another kind of thing that you might see wear and tear eventually is like these might get kind of more bent, but that's just natural and that's fine. So the card slots aren't really stretched out of shape. Once in a while I do double them up, like I'll put 2 cards in one slot. I don't typically do that though, because I am cautious of the fact that it may stretch, and I just don't want to kind of force that. But everything else, like, honestly seems really, really good after 1 year's use. I am careful to avoid the chipping. So what I mean by that is, like, even with this wood surface, like, I'm kind of hesitant to like put it on here and like kind of like rub it around. And in my purse, I do use, like, I'll put my items in other cases so that I don't have loose items just kind of like going around in my bag, scratching up against this. I'm also really cautious of keys. I don't want any keys touching this in my bag, so I use like the key holder to protect my keys. And then, so I don't know how good my camera zooms in, but this is kind of the wear I have. So right here on this white LV, you can see it's a slight bit chipped. Nothing major, but you can just see it a tiny bit. And then on the screen, it's like so minimal, but you can see that it is beginning to chip. Okay, so this wallet is amazing. Like, it's highly functional. So if you're looking for a wallet that like really gives you a lot of options and will hold all of your stuff, like I literally mean I don't have to kind of avoid taking anything with me. I don't have to think like, oh, I don't need those cards today. I really do put in every single card that I own, which is a lot because I feel like I'm like a card hoarder or something. Like, I don't know, I have like cards for every store and like, I don't know. But, so you don't have to do that. You don't have to compromise what you bring with you. And then I love the options. So in here, I put in receipts. And then in this pouch is where I put my bills. So I think the big deal with this wallet too, again, is that even when you're getting in here, you're stretching right here, and that also is causing it to kind of come apart, as well as sometimes if you let this flap over, I don't really want to do it, but you know, it can fall and kind of pull there as well. And then I also wanted to let you guys know, if you like, I did go ahead and buy this because I really thought I was going to be using it like a wristlet, but this is sold from Louis Vuitton. I forget the exact name of it. I think it was like $175 Canadian. But you can go ahead and attach this onto your wallet, and you can make it into a wristlet like such and carry it around. I really thought I was going to be doing that. I was like super excited to get this. I don't think I've ever worn it as a wristlet, so I have no idea. But I think it's beautiful and I really like it, and yeah. Okay, so for the hardware, okay, yeah, I can see some wear. It's like nothing major at all, but you can see it's starting to kind of tarnish there, or just like rub from the kind of like scratchiness of that moving back and forth. And then again with this wallet too, because it's snap closure, I'm careful. Like at first I wasn't so careful. Like before I would just like, when I first got it, I'd kind of like just tear it open, or like, you know what I mean? Like, meh. But I started to notice, if you don't put your finger here and hold this piece, the side that the zipper's on, this piece of leather here will start to like pull away with the thing. So I don't want to do that. So I apply pressure here and here, and I go like that. Because I notice, I think if you don't do that, this is really going to start to pull away, and you'll start to see wear there. So I think that's just something to be careful of for sure. All the other hardware and everything seems to be really, really good. You know, the only thing to be concerned with really is like, I think the way you open it, and then this here. But you know, I've used this a lot, and inside there aren't any marks. There doesn't really seem to be much stretching. I would say it's really good. Like, I'm very impressed with the quality of this wallet. So since this was my first piece, I have totally become addicted to Louis Vuitton. I have many items on my wish list, and you know, it is expensive, but I'm impressed with just the feel. You can really feel the quality, and you know, the items are beautiful. I kind of think of them as well as like collector's pieces, so I do try to somewhat be careful, but at the same time I do want to use them. One thing that I have heard of, I don't know if it's 100% true, I believe I heard this from Minx for All. If you're not familiar with her channel, her videos are like crazy informative. It is like the school of Louis Vuitton. Like, if you want to learn every single thing about the brand, check out her channel. She's a avid collector of Louis Vuitton. Like, she really knows her ins and out of the brand. So what I have heard though, sorry, I kind of went off, is if you store this in the box And I think this is with a lot of items, luxury good items and leather items and stuff. Don't store them in the boxes because they're not breathing. And where the stitching is, the canvas can start to kind of flare up. So this isn't bad, like you can't really see, but I can see where that would happen, and it's like, it's kind of showing, but it's nothing, I don't think it's bad, and I think this is kind of more like how it was manufactured. But if you let it sit in the box too much, this will kind of flare up where the stitching is. So something to be mindful of. Just store them in their dust bags. Don't store them in the box and the dust bag. They're not going to breathe, and stuff starts to happen to the canvas and to leather pieces as well. I've seen some people have leather handbags, and from storage in dust bags, the leather has actually discolored and like dried out. So it's just something to be really mindful of. Like, I would never think that, and I actually was storing this in the box. Ever since I got my Alma BB, I haven't been using it, so that's like the last 2 months. And so I was like, oh, I'll put this in the box. And then I watched that, I believe it was on Minx for All, I could be wrong, but I seen that and I was like, oh my God. So I like went and grabbed my wallet and took it out of the box because I'm so afraid of that. But if you are considering a Louis Vuitton wallet, I would say the Insolite wallet is absolutely great if you really want a wallet that fits a ton. It's super versatile. Again, you have the D-ring here, so you can use it as a wristlet. I think it's really great, but yes, be mindful, it's large, so it's not going to work with every single handbag. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. I feel like when I do videos, I kind of just go at it and my mind kind of escapes like all the main points that I wanted to make. So if I'm missing any points and you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I will be sure to answer it for you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you guys all have a great day. Bye!